On behalf of Angus President John Helbert and Angus Auxiliary President Jenny Lanehart, I'd like to welcome you here today. There's many state conferences going on around the country, and these leaders and our national office staff cannot make it to every state conference, but we're so glad that you're committed enough to, as an Angus member, to come to this conference and make your voice heard. Right now, I'm standing in the lobby of our Angus headquarters. It's a 4-story brownstone in Alexandria, Virginia. And this is where our small staff of 8 works every day on behalf of you to make sure your voice is heard on Capitol Hill. I'd like to tell you a few of the great things that are going on right now. Angus had a successful year in 2013, and the national office continues to work on behalf of members. In terms of revenues, we continue to bring in about $3 for every $1 of membership dues, amplifying the value of your membership. In terms of communications, we saw New Patriot win its 2nd award. We placed our first official communications director on staff, and we produced 4 videos for distribution on YouTube. In terms of legislative effectiveness, we were able to testify 3 times before key committees and commissions. Plus, we helped soundly defeat an amendment to stop funding of major sports sponsorships. While we had a member loss of 3.8%, we have new plans for 2014 that can result in significant membership gains. In 2013, we set a new record of 92 registrants for our legislative workshop, and in 2014, we just surpassed that record with 108 registrants and a record number of Hill visits. We'd like to share a few clips with you from our Congressional Award winners on February 3rd.
The next recipient of the G.V. Sonny Montgomery Eagle Award is Arkansas Senator John Boozman. The son of a retired Master Sergeant, Senator Boozman worked to introduce and support the GI Tuition Fairness Act of 2013, the Service Members' Choice in Transition Act of 2013, the Careers for Veterans Act, and fought to ensure that National Guardsmen, dual-status military technicians, and other key reserve component personnel were put back to work and paid during the government shutdown. Senator Boozman.
So, we really do appreciate you guys so much. You know, my dad was in the Guard, then was regular, this and that. Grandfather, uncle, my brother. I haven't served, but the Lord's put me in a unique position so that I can serve you in a particular way. And I know I'm committed to doing that. Mark's committed to doing that. The backbone of the military is the National Guard. And the backbone of that is the enlisted personnel. So give yourselves a pat. My commitment is, again, to help you any way that we can. We just appreciate you so very much. Appreciate your service and sacrifice, and also appreciate the service and sacrifice of your families. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Senator.
It's truly an honor and a privilege to be standing here today to receive such a distinguished award, such as the Sonny Montgomery Eagle Award. I want to thank Command Sergeant Major Helbert, who apparently has having arm surgery, so he couldn't be here. Of course, shoulder. Seth Waugh, and of course Al Garver, in your team, in your staff, and of course all the Guardsmen that are here. I want to thank you as well and your families, because if it wasn't for your service and sacrifice, we wouldn't be able to have events such as this. So thank you so much. I'm extremely humbled to be able to walk in the wake of Sonny Montgomery. As we all know, he was a World War II decorated veteran. He was a member of Congress. He basically has the GI Bills named after him. It's called the Montgomery GI Bill. He was a Major General in the National Guard, and he did so much more for not just the state of Mississippi, not just for the National Guard, but for our nation. But he's also a fellow Mississippian. So that is very dear and special to me. I recall back in 2010, when I was first traveling the district, Mississippi's 4th Congressional, I bumped into an old-timer. He says, "What you going to do for the military?" And without thinking, I'm going to say, "I'm going to try to do as much as Sonny Montgomery did." And he goes, "Well, you got my vote. Good luck."
Well, I'm here tonight on behalf of Command Sergeant Major retired John Helbert, who could not be here, the president of Angus. He very much regrets not being able to be here, but he did have soldier surgery. If he didn't have it on Friday, he would have had to wait 5 months to have that surgery. And so we told him not to come on the plane for fear of jostling his arm in an airport or on a plane. But he wanted to be here, and he very much regrets it. I did want to say, Congressman Palazzo, I remember our first meeting, and it was in your office. the weekend following the Mississippi Press giving you a very hard time for missing a ship christening and chastening you for that. And the reason you missed that ship christening was because you were speaking to the Mississippi Enlisted Association, and we crafted a letter and worked with Jim Bishop of the state to rebut that editorial, and I never did see if it did run in the newspaper, but we believe that we made our point that you...
It did.
Okay.
It did.
And so we are very proud to have an enlisted member concurrently serving in Congress, and we appreciate everything you've done. Senators Pryor and Boozman, the same to you and to the wonderful staffers that work with us behind the scenes to make sure the National Guard voice is heard. And a special thanks this evening, if you get an opportunity to see them, please thank our many representatives from USAA who hosted this wonderful evening, Dick and Debbie Smith, David Martinez, Josie Quintana, and others that are here tonight. Please tell them thank you for all they do to support the National Guard and ANGUS. Please drive safely tonight, and we'll see the rest of our 108 representatives first thing in the morning at 8 a.m. God bless you all. Good night. But the big question is, what is ANGUS going to do for our members in 2014? Our top 3 priorities are all important ones. First, continue to push for an age 57 retirement for traditional Guard and Reserve members who have served 30 years or more. Second, to push for a national commission on the structure of the Army to prevent the cuts of tens of thousands of Army National Guard troops. And third, to continue the fight for our dual-status military technicians, including exemptions from furlough and the opportunity to choose TRICARE Reserve Select over their current federal employee health benefits. In closing, we encourage you to keep up the fight at the state level and do all you can to help increase our membership. Together, we're going to make our voices heard loud and clear on Capitol Hill.